I know I said I wasn't going to show anything at all to do with the gearbox, but I will show you this bit, because I will. So this is the bit that goes on the handle's held on here with a roll pin, and it just turns to get the different positions on here. But when I took this off, I noticed that on the back of this you've got these 3 little indentations, and in the actual, this is the bit that's got the little brass bit that goes into the that moves the wheels across to select different speeds. But you've got this little hole in here as well, and I think there should have been a little spring and a ball bearing in there. It's never been in there, it's always been a bit wobbly when I've had it. I never really thought that much of it, but that would obviously make the positions a bit more positive. I mean, I've never ever had any of this off before, so but I don't know if this can go right round till it would come out of there, or someone else has had it off at some time in the past. It may well be in the bottom of the gearbox. I'm hoping it is. I'm hoping there's a little spring and a ball bearing in there. I'll drain most of the oil off of it, but not all of it. That weren't big enough. So there's still a bit in the bottom, so I can't really I ain't had a proper look yet. But hopefully that's in there. If not, I'll see if I can find a little ball bearing and a spring, but it's a very small spring. Anyway, just thought I'd show you that bit. Well, I've still got bits of the gearbox all over the bench, but the bearings for the motor have turned up, so I'm going to pull these bearings and get on with sorting that out. I should have gone and got a spanner for this. I'll get a spanner up at the other end. Oh, for fuck's sake. Couldn't have rolled much further away as I took it out of the box. Bloody thing. Right. Need to press that on. I can tap it most of the way with the other bearing. Can't tap it with that. Bugger. Right, that's that end on. The other end's going to be a bit trickier though. So I've got the other one off with my big bearing puller. But this time I used a socket. Now I've got to try and tap this one on. I'm going to need a couple of bits of stuff. I just hope it goes on reasonably easy. Nearly there, one more tap ball to do it. And that's it. That's the old bearings. I'll keep them because bearings are always handy, even if they are a bit knackered. A couple of the old coin ring tool bits that was in the fire I haven't used, but everything comes in handy. Right, once the bearings on, start thinking about putting the motor back together. Well, that certainly feels like it's spinning much better than it was before. Right, just tighten them bolts up and that's the motor back together. I can't clean the outside of the bench up yet because I've still got a little bit to do with the gearbox. Just waiting for the cover for that to dry. So I'll move around this side of the bench. I'm going to get cracking with these electrical bits. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with this yet because I might... Well, I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do, but I've got to clean them up. I mean, the switches ain't too bad. I mean, there's bits of sooty debris on them. I'll just clean them off with a soft brush and a toothbrush probably. I mean, they'd be alright. I bought some new service hole. As you can see on this, this is called Contact 10 Super. I think I bought it on Amazon. It was advertised as service hole, in a service hole can. Because it's much more expensive. It's probably the most expensive electrical contact cleaner, but it is really good. But it does say on the tin service hole inside, so I presume this is just a foreign one. So, it smells like the same anyway. So I'll clean all these up with them. I'll take them all off of this plate and clean all them up. And then I'm going to set about this. I mean, the majority of the back of this is a heat sink, so I can take that off, but the well, the mains to the load comes off of here. There's a capacitor in there by the look of it. Anyway, I'm just going to take this to bits as much as I can, clean it off with a soft brush or a toothbrush and hope for the best. I don't think there's any point in showing you that, it's just going to be me brushing, cleaning stuff up, so I'll come back to you when it's finished. So my gearbox is all sorted out, all cleaned up, everything's spotless, completely stripped it down and done it. There's some photos I'll stick in the middle of this, show you it in bits. But if you're going to do one of these yourselves and you do watch Dean at Retro Mechanica's video on it, this did not go as smoothly as his did. I wouldn't say this fought me all the way. It beat the shit out of me all the way. Nothing came out easy. The roll pins wouldn't come out. I had all sorts of trouble getting this apart. Once I'd got it apart and cleaned it all up, it was fine. Reassembly was alright, but well, I don't think it's ever been apart in its life, and it really did not want to come apart. But it's all done now, all back together. Obviously I ain't got the oil in it, I ain't put it back together properly, because I'll do that when it's back on the lathe. But even without any oil and that, it's turning beautifully. So my new oil sight glass has arrived. It's 14 by 1.5, well, an M14 by 1.5 thread. I haven't got a 14 by 1.5 tap at the moment, but one should be arriving today. So I'm just going to drill the hole out 12.5mm, ready for tapping. Should go and change the battery really. That's it, we're through. I'm going to have some of that on the inside, which I want to get out before I put anything back together. But that's ready for tapping as soon as the tap turns up. So with the help of my son-in-law, while I was waiting for the tap and die to turn up, I managed to get the lathe off of the stand and onto the bench. So I can now move the stand about and do a bit of work on that. And the tap and die have turned up for the oil sight glass. So I thought I'd buy a tap and die, no point just buying the tap. In case I ever do want to make something with a M14 1.5 thread. So I'll open this up and get on with tapping that hole. Unfortunately none of my tap wrenches fit this. Got too big a square on it. Don't want to get this started straight. Nearly. There you go, that's that one done. Have to see if the sight glass fits in there. This tap can go back in its bag. Go back in me tap and die tin now. See if I ever need it again. Your new sight glass. There we go. My daughter's visiting, that's their dog. And there you go. Nice new sight glass. Might be able to tell when the oil's getting low now. Alright, well that's about it for this week then. I'm going to crack on with cleaning the stand up now. Don't think I'm going to have enough paint to do the whole lot, so I'll probably have to buy some more paint. Hope that comes before I need it. But I am going to clean it up, rub it down and paint it, and I'm also going to have a look at the giggles. I'm also going to have a look at the wheelie things I put on the bottom when I first got it, because they don't work as well as I'd hoped they would. So, well that's it for this week. I'll see you again next week. Thanks for watching, thanks for liking and subscribing for those who do. It's much appreciated and it helps me out a bit. Bye now, see you next week.